you understand. Mr. Worldwide, Red One, and the beautiful Jennifer Lopez.
So good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 2013 National Charter Schools Conference. Please join me again in thanking Armando Perez for those inspiring remarks. Now, as my family and my colleagues can attest, having Armando open this year's conference not only meant a lot to me personally because I'm a fan of his music, but also because I believe, as you just heard, that he's in our movement for all of the right reasons. I also want to take a moment now to thank a few individuals in the room today. First, our sponsors. Our two Hall of Fame sponsors this year are Robert Baird & Company and RBC Capital Markets. Our bronze sponsor, Doherty & Company, and our Operation Strand sponsor, Charter School Capital. Please, let's give them a hand. I'd also like to take a moment now to recognize the members of my board of directors, our funders, and the members of our State Leaders Council who are so committed to the charter school movement. Please take a stand. Okay, stand up. Thank you. Good. I'd also like to thank my team who do such great work every day, and in particular, the ladies who have been responsible for putting this conference together again this year: Angela, Christoph, Jenny Wanger, this year Stephen Stanwood, and all of the contractors who have been responsible for pulling this event together. Thank you. And finally, I'd like to take a moment also to recognize three other individuals in the house today: my mom, my daughter Sophia, and my husband. They promised me they didn't just come here to see Pitbull. But thank you for being here and for hearing me rehearse this speech 20 times. So you know, we picked the theme of this year's conference, Delivering on the Dream, because that's exactly what we do every single day. We make sure that the children and the parents we serve reach their dreams by offering a high-quality education. So we have designed the conference with the strands and all the topics that we've covered at this conference to make sure that you leave after 3 days with whatever it is that you need to better deliver on the dreams of your children. In fact, right after I'm finished, we have a fabulous panel of experts, including my former boss, Secretary Spellings, and one of our board members, Dr. Michael Lomax, all coming from different perspectives, who are each going to tell you what it will take to make sure that our students graduate school ready to go on to college and or into the workforce. But this year, we also want to take a moment while you are all here to urge you to help us get Congress to support increasing funding for the charter school program. As many of you know, the federal charter school program provides critical seed funding for the creation, expansion, and replication of charter schools around the country. In fact, I believe many of you in this room have either tapped into the source of funding when you got started or have tapped to it as you've been trying to expand your schools. We now need to get Congress to increase the amount of money that goes into this program. Let me tell you why. Of the 535 members of the US House and the Senate, we counted only 14 members who have actively supported increasing funding for this program over the past few years. What's more, with sequestration, this great program is now receiving $10 million less than what it did just a year ago. And just to put this in perspective, this program currently receives less than half of 1% of the entire budget of the US Department of Education. This is unacceptable. The charter school movement has been one of the most radical advances in public education in the entire history of our education system. Our work deserves greater investments, especially at a time when we now have close to 1 million names on charter school wait lists. So please take a moment after this session is over and throughout the conference to visit our booth. It's right as you enter the exhibit hall, and send a letter to your congressmen and to your senators urging them to increase the funding for this program. In fact, as we speak, one of my colleagues is about to send you an email that you can send directly to your representatives. By the time this conference is over, I hope that each and every one of you will have sent a letter asking your members to support the growth of this great program. So with that, thank you all again for being here, and I hope you'll enjoy the conference.